gold medalist from Learning, and he has been working for corporate world for a couple of years, but then inspired by Srila Prabhupada and Prabhupada's disciples, he then now dedicated his life completely for preaching and practicing Krishna consciousness. So we're very happy. So once again, let's welcome him by loudly chanting Hari Bol 3 times. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol!
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sanjeevam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakamitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvashe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I'm happy to come here again. I remember we discussed second chapter, here. It thoda sa echo aa raha hai isko. Hare Krishna. This is better. So we discussed second chapter. So I hope you all have gone through. I think second chapter, first part I took, and then second part, and then third chapter, fourth chapter, and all. So can we have some quiz in first, second? No, sorry, second, third, fourth. This one. So okay, anybody can tell some points from second, third, fourth chapters. What happened in second, third chapter and fourth? Some quick pointers. Okay, like we saw Krishna explaining about the body and soul in the second chapter. Then what else?
Arjuna was deluded. He was considered body as himself. And then he was deluded by Moha, so he was not willing to fight with his own people.
That's nice. So mostly from the first chapter and also beginning of second chapter. Yes. Oh no, that's not there in. No. Okay. Oh, story came up. Okay. Fine. Okay, so how Krishna served his spiritual master. And he set example, and then he is also like instructing everyone that in order to understand knowledge, one needs to serve a bona fide spiritual master. So that's nice. Anything else?
Finally, Arjuna surrenders to Krishna to guide him to
Yes. Yes. In the second chapter, in the beginning of second chapter, he does that. Okay. So in the second chapter, he explains the qualities of Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna is one who has attained perfection. So so that qualities is explained. Okay. So now we will enter into the chapter 5, and mercifully Srila Prabhupada gives the summary of all the previous chapters in the purport of first sloka. So we will get a good hang of it, and we will do a little technical this one. So you may have heard nice stories and nice analogies and nice things in understanding, but today we are going to do a little bit like a mathematics or a physics class, kind of a thing. So we will understand the things in detail. So before going in, you would have come across these terms karma, jnana and bhakti often in Bhagavad Gita. So these are three terminologies. An extra one is yoga. So like karma, jnana, ashtanga yoga and bhakti. So these are the four things that are dealt with in detail. And specifically speaking, in this, the three key things are karma, jnana and bhakti. These are the three components. So like imagine if you are cooking some ingredients. So the key things are vegetables and then the spices and your main item like rice or dal or something like that. So you mix that and then you get different varieties of this one, ghee rice and what is that, like jeera rice. I never understood the difference between these things. Like basically few ingredients change and then it appears to be almost same only, but they say it is different name and it tastes also different. So but the ingredients are same. So when you mix them in different combinations, different proportions, so you get different kinds of yogas, and they also deliver different kinds of results. So or different natures that is actually produced. So now let's try to understand these three terminologies, karma, jnana and bhakti. So what is technically called karma? So karma means prescribed activities or prescribed duties, so or varnashrama duties. So this word varnashrama comes from a compound, so varna and ashrama. So varna means brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra, and ashrama means brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha and sannyas. So it's like a matrix, and where one falls in, accordingly his duties are described. So one cannot do someone else's duty, we cannot do. We are supposed to do our duty. So just like if you are going to your office, a particular project you are assigned to. So tomorrow if they change the project and if you still work on the same project, it is not right for you to do. So your role has been assigned differently. So you have to perform that particular role, right? So in the same way, like somebody is having a call. So your role is different. So then accordingly you have to change your role. So when a person is in brahmachari status, when a person is in a brahmachari status, he has a defined role, a specific role to be performed. When he enters into grahastha ashrama, he has a different role to perform. And when he enters into vanaprastha or sannyasa, so there is different roles, different duties are there for him to be performed. And at the same time, if he is a brahmana, brahmachari, he has a different role. If he is a kshatriya brahmachari, he has a different role, like that. So there are different roles for different varna and ashramas combination, right? So there are specific or general duties for each varnas, each ashramas, and there is specific cross section, for example, Arjuna is a kshatriya grahastha. For him there are certain duties are there to be performed, and that's what Krishna is inspiring Arjuna to do as well, right? And this is for men, it is Varna and Ashrama duties, and for women it is Tri Dharma. And when it comes to Bhakti, what is called as Bhakti?
Paying obeisance to Lord.
Yeah, paying obeisances to the Lord is an act of Bhakti. Then
Listening kathas and kirtans.
yeah, listening Katha Kirtans is good. That's also an item of Bhakti. Any other items of Bhakti? Navavida Bhakti is there. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. So all these things are there. Apart from this, what else? No. No. No, that can be indirect. These things are indirect. There are some things called direct devotional service. That is come in the Navavida Bhakti. Now after that. No. Any items of Bhakti. No, performing which you will call it as Bhakti. Study of Bhagavad Gita, good. Chanting is good. So all these things is covered in Navavida Bhakti. Apart from that, there are many more are there. Going in Dham Yatra. Nice. Nice. Then Sadhu Sangha. Serving cow. Okay. Not comes directly under this one. It is okay. Any other items? Any other items? Mandir ka marjan karna. That is Pada Sevanam basically. Yeah, Archanam. That comes under the category of Archanam. Helping the needy people, not directly devotional service. It can be made as devotional service if it is in association with devotional service. So for this I would like to explain one analogy. If you see, ISKCON is a charitable organization, right? So it is supposed to do charitable activities. So we are doing food distribution, and we are doing like Bhagavad Gita distribution, like literature distribution, and so many other charitable activities ISKCON is taken into. So now we also sell certain items, like we sell Arati paraphernalia, and then we sometimes sell prasadam also, and many different sales activities are also happening. Strictly speaking, a business cannot, a charitable organization cannot conduct a business. But if there are permissible items which are sold, and if the sales proceeds is within a particular limit, 5% or 10% limit is there, within that is there, so then this sales income is also considered to be a charitable income, and it is not taxed by income tax. But if sales goes beyond that, even whatever donation you will give, that also will be income tax we have to pay. Because they will term, you are no more charitable organization, you are a business entity. Right? So in the same way, these things, helping poor, needy, and many other activities, फोन अटेंड करना है तो बाहर जाके करना होगा आपको. आप साइलेंट में रख सकते हैं फोन तो अच्छा रहेगा. So yeah, like what I was telling, this is all incidental, so this is called incidental. It's not directly devotional service, but it can become incidental devotional service if what we are doing, helping the needy is in without sacrificing our primary bhakti. We are doing it as an incidental activity, then it can become an act of bhakti. That is called Sangha Siddha Bhakti technically. So, but direct devotional service, what is direct devotional service? So, doing parikrama of temple, offering water to Tulsi, taking bath in the holy rivers, and going to the holy dhams, and many of these items are there. There are 64 in number, so that is listed down in a scripture called Nectar of Devotion. So, these are all discretely called as the items of bhakti. And so in fact, helping the needy and things like that and all is part of karma. Varnashrama dharma in the Varnashrama Dharma, before one, if a householder is taking food for himself, before that he should ensure nearby nobody is going hungry. So that is part of Karma Dharma actually. So, and Bhakti Dharma has its own set of items, and Jnana Dharma, what all the items of Jnana Dharma? So this is also nicely mentioned, Amanitvam, Adambitvam, Ahimsa, Shanti, Rajyavam, Acharya, Pasanam, Saucham, like that. There are 20 items are given in Bhagavad Gita, which is considered to be Jnana Dharma. Just like humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, cleanliness, these things are considered to be Jnana Dharma. So generally we have an idea that Jnana means to accumulate information, by studying books or by listening to some lecture or something like that. So but technically speaking, Jnana means to be able to perceive what exists. In reality what exists? Matter exists, earth, water, fire, air, ether, and then soul, super soul, all these things exist. So now if I am able to see only matter, so then it is like I am seeing a material object and I am seeing that okay, this can be used for my sense gratification. So I exist and matter exists, and matter is existing for my gratification. This is called ajnana, this is called ignorance. And chanting you can do later. So this one, jnana means to be able to see the matter and spirit, and when I see the matter, I understand this is part and parcel of the Lord and it should be utilized in His service. That means it is knowledge. I am able to see things in proper perspective. I am able to understand the ownership of various objects properly, and I am able to use them properly in proper perspective. So that is jnana. So in fact, karma also produces jnana, jnana also produces jnana, bhakti also produces jnana. In fact, all the yoga systems, the common parameter of measurement is jnana vairagya. Either a person performs karma yoga or jnana yoga or bhakti yoga. So how much he has progressed is seen based on how much jnana vairagya he has developed. That is a common parameter in any of the yoga systems. So specifically when it comes to jnana, we see that by practicing humility, one develops knowledge. By practicing pridelessness, one develops knowledge. By practicing ahimsa, one develops knowledge. By practicing tolerance, one develops knowledge. So like this, if you see in the Vedic system, even a king's son, prince, if he goes to Gurukul, first thing, what all things he is made to do? Like what a student admitted in the Gurukul, what he will do? Menial service, okay. Then what else he will do? Guru Seva, yes, Guru Seva. Then Guru's ashram. Of course, he will study also. Main purpose of going to Gurukul is studying. So Veda Pata, he will do Veda Pata. Then what else he will do?
Tending the cows and goshala.
And he will go out for begging. So Guru also will send the children out for begging. And imagine he is a prince. Prince means like Kshatriya, he cannot take no from anybody, or he cannot take any refusal from anybody. And begging means what? Koi denge, koi nahi denge. So and he cannot say like, no, mera baap kaun hai pata hai, like, no. So he cannot tell all these things. He has to be very humble. And he is trained in that way. So first and foremost is sense control. He is trained in sense control, he is trained in cleanliness, he is trained in tolerance. All these things is put through training. Because without that, this is the vessel. Without this vessel, no knowledge can actually, the child cannot hold the knowledge without this vessel. So if there is no like bucket mein chhed hai to kitna bhi pani daliye, like sab beh jayega. So in that way, like if these qualities are not there, so knowledge, one cannot actually access knowledge. In order to access knowledge, one need to cultivate these qualities actually. So these are the definitions of these three items. Karma means varnashrama duties, jnana means it has a discrete set of activities to be done, and bhakti also has a discrete set of activities to be done. So now we see that there are standard goals and standard processes to attain them. So in the Vedic system, it actually summarizes, all the possible goals that we can attain. So if you take all possible goals that you can attain as a superset, what all the different subsets that are there, all possible thing I can attain in the material world is put as one subset. And then beyond this material world, liberation is put as another subset. And entering into spiritual world and rendering service to Krishna, that is put as another subset, right? So these three things are there. If one has to attain the lotus feet of the Lord or enter into the spiritual world, the process is bhakti yoga. If he performs bhakti yoga, he will get that goal. If one wants liberation, jnana process is there. And if one wants better material facilities, so then yoga, this karma process is there. So, and that is also there, better material facility in next life, So it is like, if you work in this month, when you will get salary? Month end or next month, beginning. See, for ease of understanding the concept here, next month beginning you will get this one, So generally when we distribute Bhagavad Gita, that time, when especially in month end, people say like, no, sir, it is month end, hamara paas paisa nahi hai. So like, so beginning of next month we get, So in between it's difficult to get. Imagine like a student has prepared and written an exam and result is out. After the result is out, he realizes it is a bad result. He wants to change it. कैसे change करेगा? हाँ, reappear. उसी result को change करना है तो? बहुत रास्ता है वो, आपको नहीं पता है. Because you are a devotee, it's okay. So there is the root of adharma, to get better material facility in this same life. So to change, alter one's karma, which has already been ordained, so if somebody tries to alter it, it is only possible through adharma, right? So that is why, it's like, I think, I mentioned this sometime back also here. So this one of the devotees told this, it got stuck to me, that this Kali Yuga culture is that we have all quick commerce and then this e-commerce and things like that. So anything we want, it should be there, immediately be there. And if I don't like, I'll return it. So in the same way, like, if one gets married and if he doesn't like the spouse, return it. So this is like, so this culture is started. So this is, it actually technically falls under the category of adharma. So dharma means what? Whatever by the will of the Lord, yadricha labha santushta, whatever by the will of the Lord it comes to me, so I take it as my wish. So in fact, Srila Prabhupada, when he was about to enter Grahastha ashram, so that time he did not like the girl that was chosen, and he told to his father like, no, I did not like the girl. So then father told, no, it's like tolerate, life means to tolerate, So it is also good for you, later it will be good for you. So later it helped him to take sannyas actually. So father told it is good for your spiritual life. So anyways, so like, this is the process, in the Vedic system, there is standard goals and there is standard processes to attain the goals are there. So now, the confusion of Arjuna is that Arjuna wants to attain jnana, he wants to advance in transcendental realization. And in order to attain jnana, so which process he has to follow? Huh? अरे ज्ञान, so ज्ञान योग एक है ना उधर ज्ञान के लिए, right? So he wants to attain. Jnana means it's a synonymous to liberation. Jnana and moksha is almost synonymous actually. So a knowledgeable person is, is practically a liberated person. So like, he's supposed to follow jnana yoga, and jnana yoga starts with sannyas. And Arjuna is telling, see, he established in the first chapter itself, I don't want the kingdom, I don't want heavenly planets, I don't want any of the material facilities, any of the good, best facilities that is available within the material creation. I don't want any of these things. So now, the option is like I can take jnana yoga path and I can take sannyas. So like नो लड़ाई झगड़ा भी करने का जरूरत नहीं है, नो इससे लाइक मुक्त हो जाऊंगा मैं. So then Krishna told, okay, fine, it's good, like no, you want to develop jnana, so jnana is very good, and he describes the jnana and things like that. And finally he tells that, no, okay, now you take up your bow and you fight. And Arjuna is confused. No, Bhagavan, like fighting, why I should fight? Fighting is the prescribed duty of a Kshatriya, no? Though I accept I am a Kshatriya, but then now I want to subscribe to a process called Jnana Yoga process, and which starts with sannyas, and I want to take sannyas. Sannyas लूँगा तो like no कुछ prescribed duty करने का जरूरत नहीं है. तो like no, why don't you allow me to take sannyas? So then Krishna says that okay, fine, like no, he in fact he explained in a good way in the 3rd and 4th chapters that how performing nishkama karma actually produces jnana. So what is the effect of jnana yoga? The very same effect nishkama karma yoga also produces. The jnana yoga's output and nishkama karma yoga's output is both one and the same. So, but then Arjuna is trying to choose that okay, if both one and the same, ये तो like jnana yoga is good. I don't need to fight with my relatives at least. तो वो तो अच्छा है. So, but then Krishna is telling no. It may appear to be good, but then it is much safer to go with karma yoga, nishkama karma yoga. So you perform nishkama karma yoga. And so all these discussions are going on. So we're back and forth. So the understanding of Arjuna is like getting little disturbed in terms of understanding nishkama karma yoga and jnana yoga is the same. And then secondly, understanding that karma yoga is more easier than jnana yoga. So he finds that jnana yoga is more easier than karma yoga. So like this, Krishna is trying to convince these two aspects, right? Okay, so before we proceed into it, when we tell about karma yoga, what does it actually mean? What does karma yogis do? Only varnashrama duties? No, it is not like that. So it is always done as a package. Karma, jnana and bhakti is always done as a package. So when a person performs karma, jnana and bhakti, all three, then he is called karma yogi. And if somebody performs jnana and bhakti, he is called jnana yogi. If somebody performs exclusively bhakti, he is called kevala bhakta. In fact, you cannot perform karma without bhakti. If you remove bhakti from karma, it is as good as like killing the process only. The process will not work. Jnana also loses its life without bhakti. Only bhakti can be performed independently. Nothing else can be performed independently. Karma cannot be performed independently. Jnana cannot be performed independently. All of them have to be mixed with bhakti. That is when it produces results. Right? So, Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Shastra Japa Tapa Apranasya Dehasya Mandanam Lokaranjanam. If you remove Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya, so then Jati Shastra Japa Tapa, like it is a person devoid of devotional service, birth in great family or nation, knowledge of revealed scriptures, performance of austerities, penances, chanting of Vedic mantras are all like ornaments on a dead body. So it doesn't have any value, basically. Can you tell anybody who is very expert in Vedic scriptures, but he is a non-devotee? Hiranyakashipu, very expert in Vedic scriptures. In fact, all asuras are expert in Vedic scriptures. They know how to exploit. Vedic scriptures talk about, now we saw, what if you perform, what goal you will get. They know, they know the loopholes of the Vedic scriptures. Like, isko karne mein ye milega, to leke jayenge hum. So they are very, very expert in the Vedic scriptures, but they are not devotees. Because of that, they are called as demons. Right? So, Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya, if Bhagavad Bhakti is removed from a process, so then the process becomes ineffective. It is something like, all of you may have experience of this. So if you want to give a child a medicine, so what will you do? You will mix it with honey. And why the child is taking the medicine? वो सोच रहे हैं honey है, आप सोच रहे हैं medicine है ना? उनको चाहिए honey and आपको चाहिए medicine है ना? So like this is there, and if you remove the medicine from the honey is good, but then it is not effective. बच्चे का fever है, fever थोड़ी उतरेगा, honey लेके. So medicine चाहिए उसमें, है ना? So because the medicine is bitter, it has to be added with some this ones. So bhakti is the key medicine. You can dilute it with karma and jnana and things like that, and still it will work. But if you add adharma, no, so then bhakti will not work. So like that is why Esham tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmana the dvanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridavata. So like, no, bhakti has to be performed. Ultimately, like Lord wants the living entity to perform bhakti, purify himself and go back to Godhead. No? So bhakti has to be performed. And pure bhakti, it's very, very difficult. Very difficult. Exclusively bhakti. Only Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam and things like that, and no, nothing else apart from that in the life, it is quite difficult to perform. It's very rare, no, somebody will take up to that kind of a this one. So Goswamis of Vrindavan, or like, no, great personalities like Srila Prabhupada, no, so many personalities like that. So they would perform throughout the day, they would perform bhakti, but it is not easily possible for common people. Generally, I would tell that, you know, this when somebody comes to the center, तो उनको बोलते हैं कि like, no, will you chant the names of the Lord? तो वो बोलते हैं like, no, आपको क्या लग रहा है? मैं तो like, you know, I'm a धार्मिक person, तो हर दिन भगवान का नाम लेता हूँ. ठीक है, like एक माला जप कीजिए. अरे 108 बार जप करना है, ये तो like, no, बहुत ज़्यादा है. तो फिर हम बोलते हैं खाली एक माला है, 5 मिनट लगेगा, जप कर लीजिए. And after some time, no, like devotee will come and approach saying that, Prabhuji, there are many steps in bhakti, you know. अगली वाला step 4 माला का है, 4 माला ले लीजिए. पहले तो बोला 1 माला करने के लिए, अभी 4 माला बोल रहे हैं. तो no, इतना कैसा कर सकते हैं? So उसके बाद like धीरे धीरे करके 8 माला, 16 माला. अब 16 माले में आने के बाद बोलते हैं like बस इसके बाद कुछ नहीं बोलने का, हो गया, हम पहुंच गए, है ना? So like, no, we have a limit to which we can perform bhakti. Chanting the names of the Lord is easy. But chanting the names of the Lord 24 hours is difficult, you know. So that is difficult. So exclusive bhakti is difficult. It always, you know, almost all the time it needs some additions, you know. So addition of karma and jnana is necessary for common people to accept it, right? So that is the way like the scripture actually offers. So this permissible additives must be there. So you, in place of honey, you cannot add liquor and give medicine. So medicine ka value khatam ho jayega. In the same way, like in place of karma and jnana, you cannot add adharma. No? So sinful activities cannot be practiced along with bhakti and then expect bhakti to produce results. No? So like, you know, somebody chants and somebody performs devotional activities and then he engages in activities which are breaking 4 regulative principles. No? He is engaged in, you know, like untruth or uncleanliness or merciless activities, or no, he's not maintaining himself austere. So these are all considered to be sinful, right? So yatra adharma chaturvidam. So one has to be free from adharma. So it is, in another way it is mentioned as anyavilashita shunyam. And jnana karmadi anavrutam anukulyana krishna anushilanam. So anukulyana krishna anushilanam is the bhakti. And karma and jnana is permissible, to some extent it is permissible within the Uttama Bhakti ka definition, but adharma is not permissible. So adharma has to be given up. So this is something that, like the constitution of this karma, jnana and bhakti. So this is in the combination it has to be performed. There is a nice purport, to 13th chapter, sloka number 8 to 12. This is basically the jnana angas. So while describing this, Srila Prabhupada nicely mentions, of all the descriptions of the process of knowledge, this amanitvam, adambitvam, this humility, pridelessness, tolerance and all those things, whatever was there. So these are all process of knowledge. Of all the description of process of knowledge, the most important point is Mahi Chainanya Yogena Bhakti Ravya Vicharini. Unalloyed devotional service to the Lord. So this is also part of jnana. Like bhakti must be part of karma, jnana, everywhere bhakti must be part of it. And then Prabhupada writes, so if one does not approach or not able to approach the transcendental service of the Lord, then other 19 items are of no particular value. Same as Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya, Jati Shastra Japa Tapa, Apranasya Dehasya Mandanam Lokaranjanam. If you remove Bhagavad Bhakti from any of the processes, the process mar jayega. The process kaam nahi karega actually. If somebody is humble without Bhagavad Bhakti, somebody is prideless without Bhagavad Bhakti, somebody is tolerant without Bhagavad Bhakti, it is of no use basically. So Bhagavad Bhakti is the life-giving factor. It is the medicine. So all other things are like honey. So this honey has a value if it is mixed with medicine, right? And the other portion is, but if one takes to devotional service in full Krishna consciousness, the other 19 items automatically develop within him. No, Yashasti Bhaktir Bhagavati Akinchana. So basically, if Bhagavad Bhakti is there, it can produce all other good qualities. But all other good qualities without Bhagavad Bhakti is useless. So basically, medicine directly is useful, or medicine mixed with honey is useful. Only honey is not useful. So like that. So this is how it has to be understood. So now with this prelude, we'll enter into the first shloka. Arjuna Vacha, Sannyasam, Sannyasam Karmanam Krishna, Punar Yogam Cha Samshasi, Yat Shreya Etayor Ekam, Tanme Bruhi Sunishchitam. So he is asking, oh Krishna, first of all, you ask me to renounce work, and then again you recommend work with devotion. Now, will you kindly tell me definitely which of the two is more beneficial? See, now renouncement of work means Jnana Yoga. So Jnana Yoga starts with renouncement of work. And here we see that recommend work with devotion. What is work means? Work means technically karma. Karma means varnashrama duties. And with devotion means, like, without Bhagavad Bhakti you cannot do these things. So with devotion, along with devotion, you are supposed to perform work. So Bhakti component must be there and Varnashrama component also must be there. So these two things are there. So now this is Nishkama Karma. So Krishna is, whenever he is glorifying Jnana, Jnana is so great, Jnana, like the glories of Jnana, like the fourth chapter, full of fourth chapter, like Krishna mentions different glories of Jnana. And all the while Arjuna is thinking that Krishna is telling about Jnana Yoga. But actually Krishna is telling about Nishkama Karma Yoga, which produces Jnana. So like that is the confusion that Arjuna is going through. And Srila Prabhupada nicely explains in the purport. He mentions, in the second chapter, preliminary knowledge of the soul and its entanglement in material body were explained. How to get out of material engagement by Buddhi Yoga or devotional service was also explained therein. In the third chapter, it was explained that a person who is situated on the platform of knowledge no longer has any duties to perform. This is true. If somebody comes to the platform of knowledge, he is capable, or he is allowed to renounce the Varnashrama duties. If somebody has not come to the platform of knowledge, he is not allowed to renounce the world. Renunciation is only after he comes to the self-realization, a good amount of self-realization. He should be able to understand that he is Atma, and he should be able to think and do and perform his activities on the platform of Atma. That is when his renunciation is approved actually. So it is very a good amount of knowledge has to be developed in order to take up to renunciation. So now in the second chapter, a preliminary knowledge is being described about, and theoretical knowledge was described about, and how to get out of material engagement by Buddhi Yoga or devotional service. This is Nishkama Karma Yoga, which Krishna is talking about here, or Prabhupada is talking about here, and was also explained therein. And in the third chapter, it was explained that a person who is situated on the platform of knowledge, he can, optionally, he can leave his prescribed duties, Varnashrama duties. He is no more, basically like if a student graduates out of a college after gaining all knowledge and things like that, so he is allowed, permitted to leave the studies and things like that. So in the same way, a person who has gained knowledge, he is allowed to renounce the duties. Duties means Varnashrama duties basically. And in the fourth chapter, the Lord told Arjuna that all kinds of sacrificial work culminates in knowledge. However, at the end of fourth chapter, the Lord advised Arjuna to wake up and fight, being situated in perfect knowledge. Therefore, by simultaneously stressing the importance of work in devotion and inaction in knowledge, Krishna has perplexed Arjuna and confused his determination. Arjuna understands that renunciation in knowledge involves cessation of all kinds of work performed as sense activities. However, at the end of fourth chapter, the Lord advised Arjuna to wake up and fight, being situated in perfect knowledge. Therefore, by this is, I think the same thing is copied back. But if one performs work in devotion, then how is work stopped? So this is a question that Arjuna is actually bringing in, it is coming to his mind. So Krishna is telling, if you attain knowledge, you don't need to perform any work, and with perfect knowledge, you do work. So if I attain knowledge, I should not be doing work, and with knowledge, why should I do work? So that is Arjuna's this one, right? And in other words, he thinks sannyasa or renunciation in knowledge should be altogether free from all kinds of activity, because work and renunciation appears to him to be incompatible. He appears not to have understood that work in full knowledge is non-reactive. So it will become combined there. So work in full knowledge is non-reactive and is therefore same as inaction. So this is Nishkama Karma and Jnana Yoga, both are, it produces the same result of knowledge, so that it produces. And he inquires therefore whether he should cease work altogether or work with full knowledge. So this is something that Arjuna puts this question. And in the text too, the Supreme Lord, he says, the personality of God had replied, the renunciation of work and work in devotion are both good for liberation, because both of them are going to produce the same kind of this one. If jnana is produced, then it is as good as liberation. So Krishna is telling that. So but of the two, work in devotional service is better than renunciation of work. So both produces, it's like, Google shows, you go like, what is that, in maps, it will show different alternative routes. Nowadays they have put one green leaf also over there. So what is that green leaf in the maps? Economic route. Another is faster route. So all these possibilities it is showing. So in the same way, like in yoga system also, you have same goal, to reach the same goal. So we have different paths there. So like the Jnana Yoga process also going to bring to you the knowledge, and Nishkama Karma Yoga process also is going to bring you to the point of knowledge. So but amongst them, so this Nishkama Karma Yoga, so Nishkama Karma Yoga is now put as work in devotional service. So sometimes, actually this is one very important thing that I wanted to handle. So sometimes people accuse Srila Prabhupada saying that, Krishna is talking about karma, Nishkama Karma Yoga. Why is Prabhupada translating it as bhakti? Work in devotional service. Why is he doing that? No. Nishkama Karma Yoga in itself is bhakti. So this is something that we will see over a period of time, it will get clarified. So the Nishkama Karma Yoga is a form of bhakti. Just like if you are there in first year engineering, still you are called as an engineering student. Second year engineering, still you are called as an engineering student, right? So you may attain the ultimate goal, but still that step is also engineering. So even karma, the process of karma yoga, Nishkama Karma Yoga itself is also bhakti. So it is not different from bhakti. It produces the results as good as bhakti, right? So that is something, a technical thing that needs to be understood. And in understanding this only, like Arjuna is going, so much of confusion actually is going on for him. So now work means karma, that is varnashrama duties. Work in devotional service means Nishkama Karma Yoga. And renunciation of work means it is one aspect of jnana sadhana. So like, Krishna is telling that better than jnana yoga, Nishkama Karma Yoga is better. And the result of Nishkama Karma Yoga and jnana are similar. So this is something that he is emphasizing. And then he talks about one who neither hates nor desires the fruits of his activities. So fruits of his activities, what are the fruits of activities? If I perform charity, I will get manyfold in the future. So like in one of the Srimad Bhagavatam purports, Srila Prabhupada actually cites a Vedic literature and mentions if a person actually offers some charity to a qualified person, he gets 10 times in return, and then if he offers it to Brahmana, then he gets in manyfold. If he offers it to a Brahmana who is self-realized, then he gets many fold, hundreds of times. And then if he offers charity to a Vaishnava, who is a devotee of the Lord, so then he gets many fold in return. So like this, the karma yoga, the karma process actually calculates all these things. If I perform an action, a dharmic action, I will get some returns in the future. So one should not be desiring those fruits and one should not hate those fruits. So neither hating nor desiring for it. So still perform the activities of karma, that is like yajna, dana, tapa, and like all the varnashrama duties and everything properly he performs. Why he is performing? Not desiring the fruits of action, but desiring liberation. Right? So you see, all of us have heard about dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Right? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So dharma, when you perform, it has two-pronged effect. One is artha and kama it can produce. If you perform dharma, artha means what? Money, or facilities. And kama means fulfillment of our desires. We may have a desire of getting a big bungalow. How will that kamna will be fulfilled? For that I need to have money, and for that what I am supposed to do? The modern person will say like, okay, like I need to get a job, or I need to start a business or something like that. The Vedic person will say like, I need to perform my prescribed duties. If I perform my prescribed duties, my ultimate boss, he will provide me, whatever the necessary things are there, right? So, like how we perform a duty for a boss in the company, the boss provides for us. In the same way, the Lord has designed the prescribed duties, When I perform my prescribed duties, all that is necessary for me will be provided. In the 3rd chapter, you would have come across that yajna section. So, like the living entities, when the Lord created this universe, He created an economic system. It is not that like He created the universe and then He told like, no, you people figure out like, how you will manage your economy. He created an economic system. What is the economic system? You perform your prescribed duties, and then the departmental in charges, various devatas, they will provide all the necessities of the living entities. So our duty is to perform our prescribed duties in Varna and Ashrama, and Lord's duty is to maintain us. So Lord is maintainer, and we are servants, right? So in this way, like this is set up. So now one can perform this dharma or karma or varnashrama duties, all are synonymous, right? So if one performs dharma, he will get artha and kama. But if he goes in that track, he will not make spiritual advancement. He has to perform dharma for moksha. That is another track. So dharma can be performed for two reasons. One is to attain artha and kama, another is for attaining moksha, right? So in this way, like one should perform, like this is that, nishkama karma means for the sake of moksha or devotional service, like one will perform dharma. So that is called nishkama karma. So that is what is explained in this sloka. Neither hating the results nor desiring the results, one should perform the work in devotion. So that is nishkama karma. And that kind of a work is going to like release him from the material bondage. Jnana actually releases one from material bondage. Jnana Agni. So jnana is compared to Agni. So it burns off all karma, it burns off material bondage. Jnana just destroys everything material, and it just shines like, amazingly it shines actually. And it produces liberation, right? So such kind of knowledge will arise, if you are not attached to the fruits of action. Just do the action because it is your prescribed duty, and desire only purification of heart and liberation, right? So this is something that Krishna is actually putting over here. And then he says, only ignorant speak that devotional service, that is karma yoga, as being different from analytical study, that is jnana yoga or sankhya yoga. So like both of them produces same result. Nishkama karma and jnana produces same result. So only ignorant says that no, these two are two different things, and it produces different things. So those who are actually learned say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieve the result of both. तो आप ज्ञान योगा अच्छा कीजिए, आपको ज्ञान मिलेगा. निष्काम कर्म अच्छे से कीजिए, आपको ज्ञान मिलेगा. So दोनों में like एक ही बराबर result मिल रहा है आपको. So this is nicely put in a diagram. Sakama karma means karma performed for the sake of artha and kama. Nishkama karma means karma performed for the sake of jnana. So that is called nishkama karma. Jnana or devotional service we can say. So jnana yoga also produces same results, but it is very hard and steep. And nishkama karma, like it is much easier. Now tell me, nishkama karma mein he has to perform. So generally, like many times people come and ask, Prabhuji, we want to get deities at our home. So then I would tell that see, chanting has only 10 offenses. If you want to bring in deities, you have to avoid no, like 64 more offenses. तो आप सोच लो like क्या करना है तुमको, and chanting अच्छा है, ठीक है. So now you see, karma yogi is supposed to follow the rules and regulations of bhakti. He is supposed to follow the rules and regulations of jnana, and he is also supposed to follow the rules and regulations of karma. 3 rules and regulations he has to follow. And jnana yoga means he has to follow only rules and regulations of bhakti and jnana. Simple. एक तो कर्म का रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन हट गया, आसान है ना, ये तो आसान होना चाहिए, ठीक है. बट व्हाई कृष्णा इज टेलिंग ज्ञान इज डिफिकल्ट? आपको तो बहुत सारा रूल्स तो कम हो गया. आइडियली स्पीकिंग कर्म इज मोर डिफिकल्ट. भक्ति भी संभालो, ज्ञान भी संभालो और कर्म भी संभालो, कितना संभालेंगे हम, है ना. No, same analogy which I mentioned, एक माला जप करना आसान है, 16 माला डिफिकल्ट है, पूरा दिन जप करना और डिफिकल्ट है ना. So like see, karma gives a facility, a legal vent for our material desires. In karma, if one needs the association of opposite sex, there needs to be a vivaha samskara. So that is part of karma. Like it is not, you cannot do marriage. There is no prescriptions for marriage in jnana and bhakti. If you have to do marriage, that is there in karma. So then if you have to earn money, if you have to keep a bank balance for yourself, so it is then not there in jnana and bhakti. Jnana and bhakti means bhikari, that's all. Aapko bas kuch nahi hai, actually. So this all scares people actually. So ठीक है, मुझे थोड़ा security दो, like मेरा घर होना चाहिए, बैंक बैलेंस होना चाहिए, like बीवी बच्चे सब होना चाहिए, और उसके साथ साथ मैं भक्ति करता हूँ, कर सकते हैं. बट ये सब छोड़ के करना मतलब मुश्किल है, ये तो मुश्किल है. इसके लिए वो बोल रहे हैं कि it is very easier to perform निष्काम कर्म योगा, better take that path. संन्यास, आप अभी संन्यास ले लोगे and कल कुछ material desire आएगा तो कैसे fulfill करोगे उसको? How will you fulfill that material desire? How will you vent out that material desire? You will not be able to handle. So material desires, when it comes, when it is given a legal shape in the form of Nishkama Karma Yoga, it purifies the material desire and it brings a person to a good platform. But after renunciation, if he gets a material desire, what will he do with that? Kuch nahi kar sakta. So like it becomes difficult. So then Dongi Baba banenge ho. So it becomes a difficult task for this one. So Krishna is telling, देखो fifth gear is very good, but speed maintain नहीं कर पाओगे. Second gear अच्छा है, like उसमें चलो गाड़ी चलेगा. Fifth gear में जाके आप slow करेगा, गाड़ी रुक जाएगा. Slow नहीं कर सकते उसमें. वो चलते रहना पड़ेगा आपको. So इसके लिए निष्काम कर्म is better. It produces the same result as jnana. Better go by that path. So in that way, Krishna is just giving Arjuna this one. And then in text 5 he says, one who knows the position, knows that the position reached by the means of analytical study, that is jnana yoga, can also be attained by devotional service, that is karma yoga, because in the previous shloka itself it has been qualified devotional service. In this section of first 6 chapters, when devotional service comes, it means karma yoga, nishkama karma yoga, right? So like it is attained by devotional service, and who therefore sees analytical study and devotional service to be on the same level, sees things nishkama karma, yet not engaging in devotional service. That means if you take to jnana, and in that if you remove Bhagavad Bhakti, so already we discussed that, Bhagavad Bhakti hinasya, so jati shastra japa tapa apranasya dehasya mandanam lokaranjanam. So like it will be a problem. Like it is not renouncing that is very important. It is Bhagavad Bhakti that is very important. It is like this one Arjuna is telling that I will take medicine only with water. And Krishna is telling, no, medicine along with honey is much easier to take. Real thing is the medicine. So pani hai ki like this one honey hai, like that is just external coating. Real thing is the medicine. So you work with devotion, that is more easier than renunciation. Renunciation में अगर भक्ति छूट गया, like वो बहुत problem हो जाएगा. इतना difficulty लेने का जरूरत नहीं है. असली thing है medicine है. तो medicine इस रूप में ले सकते हैं, आपको वही benefit मिलेगा. You take medicine with water and you take medicine with honey, medicine is going to act in the same way only. But medicine with honey is little more sweeter, थोड़ा आसान है लेने का. So in that way, like, he's mentioning that. So, then in text 7 it says, one who works in devotion, who is a pure soul, who controls his mind and senses is dear to everyone, and everyone is dear to him. Though always working, such a man is never entangled. So you see, this is the kind of working, means he's always working, means always he's performing nishkama karma. That means karma, jnana, bhakti, all three is performing actually without attachment to the results, and that is producing jnana. And when jnana is produced, it is all attractive. So jnana is all attractive. So it, like other people are also attracted, and everyone is, what is it? He's able to control his senses and mind, and he's dear to everyone, and everyone is dear to him. So like it is very, very attractive actually. So, and then nishkama karma is always working, and it's a way of controlling the senses. You see how nishkama karma is a way of controlling the senses. So one devotee was mentioning this point, that like getting married means what? Like it is making a statement, I am renouncing all other women in the entire world. That is, it's an act of renunciation. Marriage is an act of renunciation. I will only associate with this partner, and I renounce all other women. It's a celebration of renunciation. And then after 25 years, actually renunciation has to happen. 51 mein 1 mein jana hai. So like, so this is, so in that way, nishkama karma is also a way of controlling the senses. It says, okay, you cannot just indiscriminately enjoy. There is rules and regulations. Within the rules and regulations, you have to have, your this one. And that kind of this one is purifying to the heart. That is called yajna. Nishkama karma is an yajna actually. So that is why it's called vivaha samskara, and then like all like eating process is an yajna. So marriage process is an yajna. So every activity that a person performs is an yajna in the nishkama karma yoga. That is why it is performing jnana. It is producing jnana actually. And then a person in divine consciousness, although engaged in seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, moving about, sleeping and breathing, always knows within himself actually, he actually does nothing at all, because while doing all these activities, only material senses are engaged in their objects, and he is aloof from them. So now he is able to see that there is body exists, there are senses exist, there is mind exists, and I also exist separate from all these things. And he is able to observe the activities of the body as a third party. So a good amount of self-realization is actually coming. There is some differences actually coming. Ki like, body kuch kar raha hai, main kuch kar raha hu. So like, there is, mind is working in some way, mind is an instrument separately, body is an instrument separately, and all of them are functioning, and I am different from this functioning. So this, Bedbhav jab aata hai na, so that is like a very good level of self-realization actually is coming up to, right? So it is, he is proceeding in a good pace towards self-realization actually, understanding himself to be Atma. So here it is mentioned why he is dealing with all material objects, but still he is considered to be performing inaction. He is not performing any action. What is considered to be action? Action means any activity within the three modes of material nature. But a Nishkama Karma Yogi, when he is performing his actions, he performs every single action as a yajna, sleeping only for the sake of refreshing himself so that he can perform his further duties. Waking up and taking bath, all these things just to perform his duties. And like, whatever he eats, first he offers bhoga to the Lord and then he consumes. And whatever he works, the results of the work is offered to the Lord. And in the this one, yat karoti yad ashnasi. And so whatever he gets, everything he offers to the Lord. All 24/7, all the activities are very nicely designed to qualify it to be an yajna. So because he is doing a non-stop or uninterrupted yajna, the knowledge is actually produced in him. So, and this is not effectively, there is no material activity is happening, because such activity is not producing any reactions in the three modes of material nature. So effectively no material work is done. So that is why it is called as inaction. So, and then we see one who performs his duty without attachment, surrendering the results unto the Supreme Lord. Surrendering the results means like Nishkama, right, is unaffected by sinful action. So this is one of the problems that Arjuna had. So if I fight this battle, sin will come upon me. And in the second chapter itself, Krishna explains that if you become detached from the results of action, sin will not touch you. First of all, action should be dharmic, within the varnashrama, this one. A dharmic action with detachment from results will burn up sin. Why it will burn up sin? Because it is producing knowledge. Knowledge will burn the sin. No? So in this way, like the Lord is actually mentioning this. And the yogis abandoning attachment act with body, mind and intelligence and even with senses only for the purpose of purification. So this is the purpose. Nishkama karma yoga. Why a person has to do nishkama karma? So for the purification of heart. No? So like we saw, no, the dharma is to be performed for the sake of moksha. No? So that is called nishkama karma. And dharma, if it is performed for the sake of artha and kama, it is called sakama. No? So like here Krishna is telling that don't abandon the activities. No, you abandon the attachment to the results. No, that will purify your heart, that will destroy the sins, that will produce knowledge. All these good results of performing nishkama karma he is highlighting. The steadily devoted soul attains unadulterated peace because he offers the results of all activities to me. Whereas a person who is not in union with the divine, who is greedy for the fruits of his labor, becomes entangled. That is sakama karma. No? Sakama karmi, what he will do, he like itna maine kaam kiya, गिन के उसको like जितना उसको मिलना चाहिए सब ले लेगा. So like that is sakama karma. Right? Nishkama karma means I work. Why I work? If I don't want the fruits, why do I work? Because I am a servant of the Supreme Lord. No, servant ko service karna hi padega. And so okay, so you work. What is the result that you are aspiring for? Purification of heart. My heart is filled with lust, anger, greed, pride and things like that. So when I perform this nishkama karma as a service to the Supreme Lord, my heart becomes purified of all this kalmasha. So like so nishkama, it produces no results. That nishkama means no results for me, but all the results for Krishna, and a person is peaceful. And sakama means like all results are for me. So then he becomes distressed and entangled in the material cycle. And then now slowly the section actually turns into another important this one that is described in this chapter. So Krishna mentions when the embodied living being controls his nature and mentality, renounces all actions, he resides happily in the city of 9 gates, neither working nor causing work to be done. So this is inaction. He is not working, he is not causing any work to be done, but externally speaking he is doing all the work. If he is a family man, he is taking care of children, he is taking care of his family, he is taking care of his elders in the family. He is not just that, he is taking care of anybody who is in distress. To his best of his capacity, he is trying to take care of them. And like Deva, Rishi, Bhuta, Apta, Rinam, Pitrinam, like there are many rinas are there. So like all these rinas, he is actually diligently he is working to fulfill all these things, all the material duties. So but in doing such activities, he is doing it like without expecting the results. So then all these actions what he is performing is accounted as inaction, because it is not producing any karma, rather it is producing jnana. So like that. So the embodied spirit, master of the city of his body, does not create activities, nor does he induce people to act, nor does he create the fruits of action. All this is enacted by the modes of material nature. Nor does the Supreme Lord assumes anyone's sinful or pious activities. Embodied living beings, however, are bewildered because of ignorance which covers real knowledge. So, kaun karte kaam? No. Who is doing the work? The living entity is doing the work? No. The Lord is doing the work? No. So like, no, kaun karta hai? So this is a very important question that is coming. The living entity, because of his swabhava that he has acquired from the material nature, his mind and senses, like mind is programmed by karanam guna sangosya. If I come in contact with a bad person, so like if I have a bad company, so how will I become? What kind of transformation will come on me? I will become a bad person. If I come in contact with satsanga, what will happen? I will become a good person. So what is the effective work done by this person? तो ये तो किसी का संग में आया और संग का प्रभाव में लाइक नो बिगड़ गया या तो सुधर गया, तो लाइक उसका क्या गलती है? ये तो संग में आया. No, Prabhupada explains this with a nice example. If you go to an infected area, no, like say example corona infected area, something like that, तो आपका गलती क्या है? आपका गलती क्या है? आपको फीवर आ गया उधर जाके, नो, इसमें आपका गलती क्या है? Coming in contact with that area, that is your fault. No, you come in contact with mode of ignorance, you will act like that. You come in contact with mode of passion, you will act like that. You come in contact with mode of goodness, you will act like that. So it is karanam guna sangosya. No, so it is like this one, because of association, because of various kinds of exposure in the material world, and because of the system that is created, by the Lord in the material world. So that system is at fault, that actually creates good and bad desires and things like that and all. So or it induces the living entity in that particular way. So ultimately living entity has to desire, but he is exposed to all these things. So in that way the Lord is telling the living entity is not at fault and the Lord is also not at fault. Why the Lord is not at fault? Because we wanted an independent space to enjoy without the Lord. So then he has to give some program, right? So he has to give some program, okay, तुमको अच्छा काम करना है तो like goodness में associate करो. All possible things are there, wherever you will associate, you will become like that. तो अभी एक बार उस सिस्टम के अंदर फंस गया तो निकलना बहुत मुश्किल है. No, it is like it's a very complicated mesh. This system is. So निकलना बहुत मुश्किल है. So the Lord is telling like neither the living entity nor the Supreme Lord is at fault. So it is the system that is at fault, right? So one who is enlightened by performing nishkama karma, so like he will get that knowledge that he is not the doer, it is the material nature and the system is actually functioning, right? So he should not be a party to it. He can just be an observer, that's all. So when however one is enlightened with knowledge, the nishayans is destroyed and then the knowledge reveals everything. Just like sun lights up everything everywhere, in the same way when knowledge appears, then everything becomes all clear. And when one's intelligence, mind, faith and refuge are all fixed in the Supreme, then one becomes fully cleansed of misgivings through complete knowledge. So when Nishkama Karma proceeds further, the knowledge proceeds further, he actually reaches to the pinnacle of Bhakti Yoga, where he is directly engaged in the service of the Lord most of the time. So now further he mentions that when this knowledge is produced of Nishkama Karma, what is the kind of effect it produces? So like it is mentioned, the humble sage by virtue of true knowledge see with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog and a dog eater. So like he is seeing all of them on the equal platform because all of them are spirit souls, because of their past karma they are there in different bodies. So like he is able to see them on the platform of the soul. And those whose minds are established in the sameness and equanimity have already conquered the conditions of birth and death and they are flawless like Brahman and thus they are already situated in Brahman. So like one who's attained a good amount of jnana, so he is as good as Brahman, and he is like as good as liberated person. And like a person who neither rejoices nor upon achieving something or laments upon obtaining something unpleasant. This is very, very amazing quality of knowledge. A person in jnana, like you give him any good facility, he will not be elated by that. You deprive him of any facility, he will not be distressed by that. So he is like no profit and loss, happiness and distress, it doesn't affect him anymore, right? So because he is on the platform of jnana. Just like a child may be crying for a toy. After growing up, you take the toy out of the home, you keep the toy in the home, it doesn't matter to him. But now what matters to him is something else actually. So in the same way, a person goes to the platform of self-realization or jnana. For him, this material profit and loss doesn't matter, because he has already upgraded himself to a different plane, on a spiritual plane. So material profit and loss doesn't matter to him now. And because he is enjoying pleasure within, the jnana actually produces so much of happiness deep from within. He is enjoying the happiness of jnana. So 10 रुपए उठा लिया, like 100 रुपया दे दिया, like कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता उसको. So it is like he's basically he doesn't have any bank balance to take, and he doesn't have any bank account to deposit, क्या profit loss होगा उसका, so कुछ नहीं होगा actually. And so like he enjoys unlimited happiness, because he concentrates on the Supreme. An intelligent person, does not take part in the source of misery. So what is the source of misery? So that appears or that comes due to the contact of material senses. So senses and sense objects in this world, what people consider to be happiness is more like sense objects, senses and sense objects coming together. So like eating process or like whatever may be the process we may take, for eyes, beautiful things to be seen, and for ears, nice music to be heard. So when senses and sense objects come together, so that is what is considered to be happiness. But an intelligent person, he will not take part in these items. You can keep it. I'm not going to take it now. Just keep it. Settle down quickly. So, yes. So now we see that he is what I was mentioning. So he doesn't take part in the source of misery. That is actually this is what people consider to be source of happiness in the world. Senses and sense objects coming together. But ehi samsparshaja boga, dukkha yone evate. Adyantavanta kaunte nateshu ramate buddha. So this is you see in the material world, the equation of happiness is bringing senses and sense objects together. But it is mentioned here as dukkha yonaya. That means that act of happiness is pregnant with misery to be delivered later on. So abhi bhog karenge to dukh aayega. Dukh just deliver hoga thoda der mein. So it is just got conceived. Misery got just conceived. Dukkha yonaya literally means a misery got conceived and it will be delivered over a period of time. So every act, one devotee was mentioning, any material activity which is giving you happiness, नया घर खरीदा, नया जॉब मिला, नया ये मिला, वो मिला, जो कुछ भी है, डायरी में लिख दो, वही चीज तुमको दुख पहुंचाएगा थोड़ा देर बाद में, थोड़ा साल बाद में. So it is same thing, material things is source of misery, but it is sugar coated misery, everybody is going behind that. But it is, another devotee was mentioning, it's like a burger, there is big bun of suffering, and there is below also there is big bun of suffering. In between some salad is there, so kuch happiness hai. So in order to get into anything, any happiness that you want to get, you have to work hard, तो कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ तो मेहनत करना पड़ेगा, है ना? So you have to work hard, and after getting it again you have to work hard, to maintain that and things like that. So this is the equation. So material happiness always comes as a package. Happiness to have pure happiness, that is possible by developing jnana and by developing bhakti. Right? So before giving up this present body, one is able to tolerate the urges of material senses and check the force of desire and anger. He is well situated and happy in this world. So jnana arises, he is happy in the world. And one whose happiness is within and who's active and rejoices within and whose aim is inward is actually the perfect mystic. He is liberated in Supreme and ultimately he attains to Supreme. Those who are beyond the dualities that arise from doubts, whose mind are engaged within and who are always busy working for welfare of all living beings and who are free from all sins, achieve liberation in the Supreme. So this is, you see, these are all different qualities of arising of the jnana. And then introduction of Ashtanga Yoga comes here. So those who are free from anger and all material desires, who are self-realized, self-disciplined and constantly endeavoring for perfection are assured of liberation in the Supreme in the very near future. And then Krishna explains in 2 shlokas the introduction to Ashtanga Yoga, which is going to come in the next chapter. Shutting out all external sense objects, keeping the eyes and vision concentrated between the 2 eyebrows, suspending the inward and outward breaths within the nostril, and thus controlling the mind, senses and intelligence, the transcendentalist aiming at liberation becomes free from desire, fear and anger. One who is always in that state is certainly liberated. So now one question may arise, the first 6 chapters are called Karma Yoga, specifically Nishkama Karma. So, why is Ashtanga Yoga described here? Any idea? Why did Jnana Yoga also, Jnana Yoga was described and then Krishna dismissed it, don't do Jnana. He described it, but then he actively discouraged Arjuna from doing it. So now, why is Ashtanga Yoga brought about? Any idea? Okay, we will see that in some time, like just 2 more slides to go. The next sloka, it is mentioned about, if you perform, it's actually graduation, karma you perform, the graduation is jnana, sakama karma and then jnana. So, but then better than that is you perform nishkama karma and you will get the position of jnana. After that, the next graduation is ashtanga. It's a next graduation like he has to go to. So, and what will he get if he performs ashtanga yoga? He will realize Paramatma. So, Paramatma means what? What is the difference between Paramatma and Bhagavan? Okay. What does Paramatma do and what does Bhagavan do? Observes. Upadrishta. One point you told nicely. What else Paramatma does? He guides. No? He guides also. Brahmayan sarva bhutani yantrarudani mayaya. No? He guides the wanderings of all living entities. That is also a job description of Paramatma. Then what else Paramatma does? Witnesses, already told. So witness basically, yeah. Sanctions, Anumanta, Upadrishta, Bharta. Bharta means what? Bharta? Sustainer, maintainer. हमको खाना पीना वही देते हैं actually. Eko bahunam yu vidadati kaman. So like, Bharta, and Bhokta, like Bhokta means he is the enjoyer. So if I have to see something, if I have to realize, okay, like, here is a glass of, they told Kada is there in this, nice, like, very grateful to them. They've got a nice organic Kada. So like, okay. So now if I have to see and realize this, first Paramatma actually, he actually, takes note of it and then he tells me, okay, yahi cheez tumhara samne hai, samajh lo. So like that, first he experiences, then only I can experience. Without he experiencing, without he first realizing or he first experiencing something, I cannot experience. So he is the Bhokta. So this is one of the reasons it is mentioned the spiritual practitioner should not take kator tapasya. What happens if somebody takes kator tapasya? He puts the Paramatma in distress. Paramatma can never experience distress, but he creates an uncomfortable situation for Paramatma. It is not that you are only living in this body. Paramatma is also living in this body. So austerities must be taken in a right way as the acharyas have directed us. Kator tapasya nahi lena chahiye. So that is not good for like spiritual advancement. So anyways, like here we see another aspect of Paramatma. Person in full knowledge, knowing me to be ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices. Whatever work I perform, तो वो सब काम को भोगने वाला boss कौन है? Paramatma. Ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities. And the supreme lord of all the planets and demigods, that's also Paramatma. And benefactor of all the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities. He is the one, the Paramatma is such a greatest well-wisher of us. You cannot compare any other well-wisher, any other friend. Nobody can come like equal to Paramatma. So why? Like a living entity performs very bad karma and then he goes to, he takes a body of a dog or a pig in the street. So if he were to be our friend, हम बोलेंगे like इतना तुम्हारा साथ नहीं आ सकते, तुम जो आपका कर्म है भोगो. But Paramatma goes even with that living entity. So it is, he never leaves the living entity, right? So he may ordain that punishment. It is like that he, he's like a judge. He has to order if you commit a crime. Judge has to order this one punishment to you. But this is such a kind of a judge, he also loves you and likes you. तो वो punishment दिया like no तुमको like he put you in the jail and then judge also goes to stay in the jail. So क्यों? So Krishna is Lakshmipati, Vaikunthanatha, no? So why he should come and he should stay in this material world, which is completely daridra. So why should he experience such kind of this one experiences? It is completely not fit for the Lord to actually reside. So, but still the Lord comes and resides because out of love for the living entity. No, he never leaves, he never separates from the living entity, right? So this is something, it's the greatest of the well-wishers. So these are all the descriptions of Paramatma. Bhagavan, he performs pastimes in the spiritual world, in the eternal world, and sometimes he manifests his pastimes in the material world as well, in the Vrindavan. So when Krishna appears, Lord Rama appears, and along with his associates, he actually performs pastimes. So the Supreme Lord, in the feature of Bhagavan, he associates with his internal associates, with his internal circle when he performs his pastimes. So that is his Bhagavan feature. But when he maintains this material world, like to create, to maintain, to destroy, to handle the day-to-day affairs of this material world, and to deal with the conditioned living entities, So those activities are performed by Paramatma. And by performing the Ashtanga Yoga process, one realizes Paramatma, right? So now, like this is a graph, you see, it explains many of the things that is there in the first 6 chapters. In fact, first 6 chapters is like quite a complex this one. Like middle 6 and last 6 is like little more easier to understand. So why? Because first 6 chapters may like all these yoga systems and the gear shifting and all these things are very carefully dealt with, So and it sometimes becomes little confusing. So but here you see Karma Yoga is there. From Karma Yoga, so Krishna is advising Arjuna to go to maximized bhakti and go to exclusive bhakti. So but if somebody is not able to do that, okay, in the Karma Yoga if somebody is dropped out, he is called as Karmi, So he is not called a yogi, he is called Karmi. So what is dropout means? Dropout means he is gone into Artha and Kama. Actual thing is meant for, it's a yoga. Yoga is meant for attaining the Supreme Lord, right? So that is the yoga, Jiva and the Supreme Lord's milan or reunion is called yoga, right? So Karma Yoga means ultimately it is supposed to take us to the lotus feet of the Lord. Literally it is bhakti only. All yogas are bhakti only. It is supposed to take us to the Lord. So it is like Karma Yoga is medicine with little bit of honey. Jnana Yoga is medicine with water. Maybe Ashtanga Yoga medicine with something else maybe. But finally we have to come to the platform of accepting the medicine as it is. That is exclusive bhakti. We have to come to that point. So initially शुरू में क्या होता है like ठीक है भक्ति का थोड़ा like honey के साथ ले लो पानी के साथ ले लो कैसे भी ले लो भाई like bhakti ले लो and things like that. So it is bhakti only is being promoted. Right from beginning it is not Prabhupada is writing something like every page bhakti like no. Krishna himself is also writing only bhakti. It is called as Yoga Shastra. Yoga Shastra means it is Bhakti Shastra. There is like between what else will be discussed? It's only bhakti that is discussed, So it is just that कि like speed पकड़ने में थोड़ा time लगेगा. First gear है कर्म योगा, second gear है ज्ञान योगा, like ऐसा करके like fifth gear में पहुंच जाओ like bhakti yoga में like that has been explained, right? So this is if somebody takes karma yoga and then he gets into artha and kama, so he got into sakama karma, he is not going to make advancement in jnana vairagya, and then from Karma Yoga directly he can go to maximized bhakti and exclusive bhakti. But if he is not, he wants to take a detour. So, this one, what is it? In the Jnana Yoga, there also dropout is there. What is the dropout? He is supposed to go ultimately to the service of the Lord. तो वो बीच में उसको impersonal Brahman का ऊपर attraction आ गया, तो dropout हो गया. वो ज्ञानी है, But if he continues the process, still he is considered to be a devotee. He is externally following the process of Jnana Yoga, but still he is considered to be a devotee because his ultimate goal is to reach the lotus feet of the Lord, right? And then Like Jnana Yoga say, expectation is he should go to maximized bhakti and exclusive bhakti. But then again, if he wants to go to detour, to Ashtanga Yoga. And Ashtanga Yoga mein jaake, like he may go to maximized bhakti and exclusive bhakti. So you see, this is the longest path. So technically, Karma Yoga involves Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and then finally reaching bhakti. All this is there in the first 6 chapters. That is why it is called Karma Yoga. That is why all these different yoga systems are mentioned in this. This is the longest path. This is the organic longest path. But it can be circumvented, and Lord himself prefers Arjuna to circumvent this process. He tells, Karma Yoga se seedha bhakti mein jao. Like isme gum fir ke mat jao, like seedha bhakti mein jao. So that is something he is telling. Jnana he explains, he discourages. Ashtanga he explains, he discourages. He asks Arjuna to go directly to bhakti. Right? So this is the essence of, literally like this is the essence of first 6 chapters. So anyways, with this I pause. Any questions or comments we can take. Hare Krishna. Siddhi Kami. Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami. So all these are dropouts. And Krishna Bhakta Nishkama, so non-dropouts are all Krishna Bhaktas. Karma Yogi is a Krishna Bhakta. Jnana Yogi is a Krishna Bhakta. Ashtanga Yogi is also Krishna Bhakta. So they are all Krishna Bhaktas. So that is why Prabhupada says Karma Yoga equal to Buddhi Yoga equal to Bhakti Yoga. In the first 6 chapters. So it is actually Bhakti Yoga. It's actually Bhakti Yoga. It is an engineering degree, first year also engineering only, second year also. It's a bhakti degree, Usme but dropout nahi hai to engineering student hai. So aisa, actually, Karmi Jnani Yogi is used for dropouts. And successful practitioners are called yogis, or devotees. Like that. No, that is Paramatma realization. Realization of Paramatma. Yeah. Because Ashtanga Yoga mein Paramatma realization milega aapko. See, when the process of Jnana and Nishkama Karma is described, its goal, yoga, has been described. In the same way, when process of Ashtanga Yoga is described, its goal, Paramatma realization, is described. Yeah. Like that. Hare Krishna. Yes, ma'am. All of it produces jnana and vairagya. So, but one process also has a name called Jnana Yoga. So, but Karma Yoga also produces Jnana Vairagya. Jnana Yoga also produces Jnana Vairagya. No. But all of them have different capacities to produce Jnana Vairagya. So, Bhakti Yoga produces the highest limits of Jnana Vairagya. Right?
So basically, Jnana is
Revelation of what exists. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego, then living entity and the super soul. All these things, to understand all these things is called jnana. Gyan means like, you see, now you see through this window, there is nice green garden, trees and all those things are there, right? So if it is completely dark, you will not be able to see anything. So when you put yourself to this process, any of these processes, so then gradually your vision starts getting clearer and clearer. You will not only see the matter, you will start seeing the soul and super soul. And you will start seeing matter as energy of the super soul, and it has to be engaged in the service of the super soul. This is called jnana. Clarity of vision. Jnana practically means clarity of vision. That's why if you see Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. So Guru uses a process to uncover the ignorance, means remove the ignorance and to give the clear light. The process is the practice that has been put. So like Srila Prabhupada gave us the process of chanting Mangalarati, Bhagavatam class, and then various different processes. By engaging in this process, your jnana actually develops by honoring prasadam, all these things. It clarifies, it brings about the clarity. And the moment clarity comes, immediately all the attributes you'll have a equal vision amongst various things that you're seeing, and you like so many wonderful things, attributes of knowledge that is described, all of them will manifest in this one. See, karma technically means, karma in general sense means work. But when we talk about karma yoga, karma means varnashrama duties. So, like according to my varna ashrama position, whatever duties scriptures mention, so that is my duties. So, doing something against that is called vikarma. So, like that is sinful. No, that is, if it is not falling in that category, then it is bad. Yes. Amanitvam, Adamvitvam, Ahimsa, Kshantir, Arjavam, Acharya, Pasanam, Saucham. 13th chapter, sloka number 8 to 12. So there are 20 items are mentioned. So in that bhakti is also there. So there are jnana items, there are 20 are called jnana items. So like Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam you have for bhakti, in the same way like jnana has process of knowledge. It has its own items. Yes, Poo. कॉर्पोरेट में बोलना पड़ेगा कि लाइक मैं इतना किया, ये किया, वो किया, लाइक सब कुछ. नहीं, you act whatever is necessary to be acted upon, like you act internally, you have to be in this kind of mood internally. Yes. Yes. Anything else?
Just wanted to understand question on jnana. So is it that like generally people follow artha, kama, moksha, dhamma, artha, kama, moksha, 4 levels. So by getting this knowledge, they will be able to understand what it is in reality and what is the next level. It doesn't end at moksha. Is it that?
No, knowledge and moksha both are synonymous. So after coming to the level of moksha, we see that bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate. So then one who gets sufficient knowledge, one who understands sufficiently what exists. So iti matva bhajante mam, immediately he will engage in bhajan, because he will understand what exists, matter exists, I exist as a spirit soul, and the Lord exists, everything belongs to Him. If everything belongs to Him, everything should be used in His service. So automatically bhajan will start, at that point of arising of knowledge. So, like that. So that's the next level that goes. Okay. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.